Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, let's see what time it is. It is currently 5:52 p.m. and I just came out here to sit on my front porch for a while and talk to you guys. So, I brought out with me a Trader Joe's sparkling pineapple juice. I've had a little bit of caffeine today, so I thought I was gonna have a cup of coffee, and I thought, let's cool it with the coffee today, and let's have a sparkling pineapple juice to refresh myself for this evening, because we are going out to a couple's dinner with Melissa and Jason and Aaron and Eric, and it's kind of like a birthday dinner thing for Alex's birthday, for my birthday, and for Melissa's birthday, because she had her birthday at the end of May, and Alex and I, well, Alex just had his birthday, and now my birthday will be next week. So we're doing kind of like, we call it Framly. It's like family, but with an R, so we call it Framly. We have a group text and everything that keeps on going and going and going and going. So anyway, that's what we're doing this evening. I'm excited about that. We're gonna go to this restaurant called Verde, which is this Mexican restaurant. It's not too far from us, and I love it. And they have great empanadas, and they have great queso, and I'm really excited about it. There's like bugs flying around my face. And so, yeah, I was going to vlog last night, like late last night, but I ended up going to bed at about, I think it was like 10 p.m. It was like early. It was really early for me. And I was just gonna lay down for a little bit. We ended up watching last night. Alex brought Thai food home, so I had fried rice and veggie spring rolls, and so he brought that home, and then we watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we were gonna watch more, and then we watched Andy Cohen afterwards. Kenya Moore was on it. But I was so tired. I was like, I cannot watch another show. I need to rest for a little bit. And my plan was to get up and vlog and then watch The Old Man on HBO Max, because my cousin Caroline started it and she said it's really good. I opened this and then I didn't even take a sip of it. So I woke up at about, I think it was like 12:30, 1 in the morning, and I was still really tired. So I just was like, I'm gonna keep on sleeping. And I did. And I slept till this morning. And then my plan had kind of been to get up early and film some videos and stuff, because there's like a hair hanging off my hat. I had a neurology appointment today, and so to follow up on my CAT scan that I had on Tuesday and see about that and the results. And that appointment was at 2:30, and I had an Uber there, so I was going to leave here at about like 1:30ish. Alex was going to take me and he was going to go with me, but he ended up having to have his urology appointment for the kidney stone today, and he couldn't reschedule that. So I was like, I'll just Uber. It's just a check-in with the CAT scan and stuff like that. So anyway, he usually likes to go to those neurology appointments with me just to kind of see how things are going. But anyway, so I wanted to like maybe film a Peterisms video, a drama video. I already had filmed my crumble cookies video from yesterday, and so, which I still have to put up. I still have to put that up so that it posts today, or I'll have forgotten about it till tomorrow. But anyway, so I wanted to get that stuff done, but I didn't. I ended up like sitting out here and talking to my neighbors, and took Boo Radley out in the backyard. He's been out there several times today, just like running around. Do you hear him? He's barking right now. The neighbor's dog must be out back, because he can see him from the sliding glass door, and he just stands there and barks. But anyway, so by the time I looked at my clock, it was like 1 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I've got to start getting ready for this appointment so that I can call the Uber in time, because I hadn't taken an Uber to this appointment, this office yet, so I didn't know like how long it would take me or anything like that, and I didn't know how long it would take the Uber to get here. There's bugs all around my face. Boo Radley! What do you see, Boo Radley? Anyway, so I didn't know how long it would take the Uber to get here. I didn't know how long it would take me to get from here to the office. I like, sometimes with the Uber it takes a little bit longer. So I started getting ready, and then like right at 1:30, I called for the Uber, and it got here about 15 minutes later, I think. I was supposed to get to my appointment at 2:15. I was supposed to be there 15 minutes early, and I got there, I think it was like 2:08. I got there pretty much right on time. By the time I got up to the office, it was like 2:15, so I got there right on time. And actually, sometimes with doctor's appointments, you have to wait and wait and wait. I was in and out in like a half an hour today. Well, I think they took me back about 2:40, and I got out of there about 3:15. So it was pretty quick. I was surprised. Good news. My CAT scan came back much better. Well, not much better, but it came back, he said mildly better, that there's a mild improvement. And he said, but he's very hopeful. And before, he had wanted me to go see this neurosurgeon, and he wanted me to have, I keep on saying EEG, but I guess it's an EKG. He wanted me to have an updated EKG, but then, like, they didn't call me to set, because they set up those appointments through the office. He didn't call me to set up those appointments, and so I called his assistant. It was like 2 weeks ago, and she said, no, he just wants to do a follow-up with you, and so we're going to wait on the neurosurgeon to see the current CAT scan, and we'll just wait for the next EKG, because I had my last one in January. And then I had one, I think, in the hospital when, after the accident, and so she was like, we're going to wait and see what the CAT scan looks like. So CAT scan came back much better. He wants to push the waiting for, I have been doing every 2 weeks getting a CAT scan, and then it went to once a month, and now he wants to push it to 6 weeks. So I don't go back for another 6 weeks. I think my next appointment is the 3rd or the 7th of August. I didn't even look on the calendar to see when it was. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be okay, no, it can't be the 7th because that's a Sunday. So it must be a 3rd. So about 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks. And he said everything was great. My coordination was great. He like looks into my eyes like intensely. No, he does. He like looks at everything in my eyes and has me like walk in the room, and he said I looked great. I don't have any of the symptoms right now of it getting any worse, which is like memory loss, I haven't had headaches really in forever, and not forever, but it's been, a while since I've had headaches. I really think that the 1 week that I was having headaches, which was like the beginning of June, I think no, because it would have been, I don't know when my last appointment was with him, but whenever it was before that, because I told him about it. But then I started taking my allergy medicine, and it was like my headaches went away. So I think that they were maybe like from my headaches or from my allergy. I don't know. So anyway, but every day since then I've been taking my allergy medicine. I think maybe I've skipped 1 or 2 days in there, and I take that aloe vera that's like over the counter. It doesn't cause drowsiness, and it's just like a tablet that melts in your mouth. I had a friend of mine that told me about it years and years and years ago, and I swear by it. But I think if you have really intense allergies, like, I don't know that it would help with you. Like, Alex has bad allergies, and so I don't know what he takes for his allergies, but like the aloe vera would not work for him. So yeah, I took an Uber there, and the ride was fun. I always like talk to the people in the car. Like, do you guys not do that? Like, I asked the guy on the way back, I was like, does it bother you when people talk to you? And he was like, no, not at all. He was like, I like it. He was like, it keeps me like, entertained or busy while I'm, driving. Both of the guys were super, super nice. So anyway, I was talking to the guy that took me there on like his longest rides and stuff. Like, it's basically like an Uber interview is what it is. He told me that from Indianapolis, his longest drive that he's ever done was 3 times he's driven somebody to Chicago. That's like almost a 4-hour drive, you guys, from Indianapolis. And that his hope was that he would like catch a ride back, that, like somebody would want to ride back, but he said not any of those times did he ever get somebody. But that he had heard people from Indianapolis that he knew like of a driver that had to drive somebody to Florida or drove somebody to Florida. Can you even imagine like getting that as an Uber driver and then being like, okay, I'm going to Florida? I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, and then he said that he had heard of somebody like booking a ride to California and that they didn't take him, but he was like, why would you just not take a flight? That would be so much cheaper, than taking an Uber to California. It is kind of crazy. But anyway, I don't know. I'm sure people have their reasons for it. And then the guy on the way back was really, really nice. He actually was from Haiti, and so he was telling me a lot about Haiti and when he had moved here and all this kind of stuff. And he was asking me questions, and he was like, how's my English? And he's like, I'm trying to improve my English. That's why I like to talk to people. His English was really good. And he had just moved here 3 years ago. And he was really, really nice. And I mean, they both were really nice. And so yeah, I was asking him about, like, now do you pick up people and like take them to the grocery store, and like will you wait at the grocery store, because I'm trying to get kind of like, you know, obviously used to this, and if I need to go to the store for something or whatever, that I can like do that. And he's like, oh yeah, he was like, you just put that in there, like, you know, for your ride. And he was like, I don't have a problem doing that at all. He was like, as long as people let me know that that's what we're gonna do. He's like, but I think the guy before was saying that sometimes like they sit and wait for long periods of time. Like in Indianapolis, there's so many Ubers and Lyfts that I think that like they have to wait sometimes long periods. Although the guy on the way back told me, he said, I don't ever wait longer than 10 minutes. But he said he drives like 12 hours a day. And he was like, because the guy before said when he goes to the airport, sometimes he has to wait there like 30 minutes to an hour to pick up another ride. And the guy that took me home said, no, I don't. He goes, I drive so much. He goes, I don't know, maybe they are special to me because I drive so much or whatever. He was like, I always have a ride within 10 minutes at the airport. So I don't know about that, but they were both really nice. It's so interesting to me that this thing that, because I was talking to my sponsor when I got home, and she was like, why didn't you just ask me and I would have taken you the appointment? And I was like, well, I'm trying to get used to Ubering places. Like I'm trying to get like, so it's just like non-issue to me. And because I'm still kind of like, before I do it, I'm like, okay, like what time do I have to, like you know, like in my head, I'm like thinking it all through, like, cause I don't want to be like late somewhere. And so I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get used to just Ubering. So I know, I can kind of like know, like whenever I call for one, it's gonna be like, it's typically like 15 to 20 minutes away. Wherever I'm at, I've had to wait like 15 or 20 minutes. Now tomorrow, Caroline was actually going to take me. I have a hair appointment, and Caroline was going to take me to my hair. This is like the farthest place I've gone in an Uber, and she was going to take me, and then I was going to take one back. But I looked at the time wrong, and so when my appointment confirmed, bugs in my ears. When I looked at the confirmation today, I was like, oh, I got the time wrong. And so I texted Caroline, and Caroline was like, I booked 2 showings for houses, you know, because she's a realtor, so that I could take you to your appointment. She's like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, oh, don't even worry about it. I'll just Uber there and back. So that's like a far one. And I kind of want to know what that's like anyway, with just like to figure out if I need to get like a hairstylist that's closer to my house, you know. The person that I go to, I've gone to her for years and years and years, and I love her. But if it's going to be this ridiculous, you know, Uber, like if I have to get ready like an hour in advance, I'm not going to do that. So Alex and I both go to the same person. So like sometimes on weekends, maybe we can book appointments together and whatnot. Anyway, I think I'm going to try to book my next appointment for a Saturday. That way, like Alex can take me, or, you know, whatever. So anyway, have my doctor's appointment. That went well. The women that work in the office are just so nice. I was telling my doctor, I was like, your staff here are just incredible. They're so nice, and he's so nice. And so I feel very hopeful about how the appointment went today. I'm really feel happy about it. And let's see. Came home, the Uber dropped me off. My neighbor's across the street. She's like putting up more stuff in her driveway. They've lived here for about 2 years now, and they used to live in an area of town called Irvington, which is real cute. It's like old historic homes and stuff. And so she was telling me, I said, oh my God, you have more plants that you're planting. I asked her, I said, people in my video have commented like they want to see the gardens. I said, do you care if I ever come over here and like film it? She's like, I don't care at all. She's got water, what do you call them, that you put in your yard? Sprinklers. She's got sprinklers going down her walkway right now, or I would take you over there. Because she was like, oh, I don't care if you film it at all. Just film it, you know, anytime you want. Because it's absolutely beautiful. But she said she went to the people that live in her old house, and they didn't want all the stuff that she had planted there. So they were like, if you want to dig it up and take it, you can take it. So she and her friend like dug up stuff that was in the yard, like that she had around her house, and brought it here. Now she's going to plant it here. And they also got the new sunroom, or the 3 seasons room or whatever, and so she's putting a lot of like flowers and plants around back there. So it's a beautiful day. Yesterday it was like in the 90s. Today it is not that hot. It's like in the 80s, so it's not as bad today as it was yesterday, but it's beautiful. Oh, speaking of which, I got a couple comments on the vlog that people were like, do you not have air conditioning? I think I was talking about how hot it was upstairs in like the bedroom and whatever. And so people were asking, like, well, they said something about, do you not have air conditioning or whatever? No, we have air conditioning. We have a great air conditioner. I don't remember when it was, but I told the story on here about how our air conditioner broke. And when they came out, they said that we needed a new air conditioner and furnace. And it was very expensive. That was probably, I feel like that was before I was on YouTube. I feel like that was probably 7 or 8 years ago. And because I told a story about how we were just like laying in bed, like it was so hot. And they ended up coming in because they had to order the unit and everything. And so, and it was like a summer where people's air conditioners were breaking left and right. It was like really, really hot. And so you had to wait for them to come out here, and then you had to wait to order the unit. And they would put like a temporary unit like in your bedroom or whatever, but they wouldn't bring it out until it was ordered and paid for in full, because they didn't know if you were going to go with them or not. And I remember coming home, and like Alex was home before me, and they had put the unit in the window, and it had like this long tube, you know, that ran outside, and the upstairs was like, I mean, it was so cool. It felt so good. But yeah, we have an air conditioner. The problem is, and my cousin Caroline and I were actually talking about this yesterday, the basement is like freezing, okay? Which I think is why little dog, Boo Radley, his house, his crate, is at the bottom of the stairs in the basement. And he goes down there and just sits in his house all the time. I think it's because it's so cool down there. The main floor, like this floor right here, so we always set our air conditioner to 70. With it being so hot, like it has been, to run it lower than that, like 68 or 69, which we really like it, like that temperature. I feel like I just talked about this in a video. But to run it that low can like break the air conditioner, like a little ice over and stuff like that. That's happened in the past, and we've had to have people come out here. So we try to keep it about 70. The main floor is typically about 70, so it feels good. The problem is, it's 2-story houses in Indiana that are older. You know, this condo was built like in the 80s, sometime early 80s. And so it's like the vents are not great. It was at first when we got our new air conditioner. But like in the bathroom, we have 1 vent. In the bedroom, we have 2 vents. And in the closet, we have 1 vent. So it's like, by the time that the air gets to the 2nd floor, it's not coming in like that full anyway. Alex actually just found something online. He was talking to me about it, that somebody at work told him. It's like this fan that you put on your vent, and it's supposed to help pull up the air or something like that. Do you guys know about this? Anyway, he was like, I don't know if it'll work, but we could try it. So if the main floor is 70, the 2nd floor is so much hotter than that. I mean, it's hot. It's like sweaty hot. And like to sleep at night, it's, you know, the temperature drops, and to have a fan on is not bad. But it's still hot. Like I was talking to Caroline the other day, and, you know, she was like, we have air conditioning on our 2nd floor too, but she was like, we have one of those temporary units for her husband, Mike's office, because on like down that hallway, it's just like the air conditioning doesn't come up. And that's very typical of a lot of people in Indiana that have homes that were built in the 80s or 90s, you know, or before that even. It's like there's just not good flow of air in the homes, and ours is like that. So like, yeah, if you go down in the basement, it's like cold down there. Just crazy. I keep on thinking I hear my phone, but I guess not. There were actually a couple other things that I wanted to answer on comments that I got in my vlog. Hold on a second. You guys were so nice about me talking about Sarah's story, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you. People are so nice. Wishing Alex a happy birthday. Thank you guys so much for those. I really appreciate it. Melanie asked me, hey Peter, do you know about it's the West Memphis 3. There's a documentary on HBO Max that displays all the graphic evidence in almost a home vlogging style, but with actual media coverage. It's insane. So, I had seen that years and years and years ago. It's called Paradise Lost. There's 3 parts to it. And then Mel and I picked it as one of the books for True Crime Book Club, I think probably like a year and a half ago. And so we read the book. I think the book is called... Actually, somebody just tagged me in a picture or sent it to me that they had ordered these books from something, and I could see that. It's called Devil's Knot. And it was about the West Memphis 3 that were these teenagers that allegedly killed these 3 young kids, and the stepfather's a big part of it. And they were part of the Innocence Project, and they got released, I think under an Alford plea, like the guy in this, the staircase. But those documentaries are unbelievable, and they're really well done, and very, very scary. So yeah, I have seen that. Oh, she said, anywho, there's a new DNA evidence being presented in court this week to exonerate the 3 boys that were convicted for a crime they clearly didn't do. It's literally the next town over, and my fiance's parents live in West Memphis where it happened. Really okay, I'm going to check into that. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it. Amy said, I went to an open 12-step meeting, and it was one of the most impactful experiences that I've ever had. I'm not an alcoholic, but I have a family member that has struggled with alcoholism for many years. I would really recommend it to anybody, you know, like... And if you don't want to go alone, like, call a friend and be like, hey, do you want to go to an open meeting sometime? It's powerful, you know. I would say, like, I think the difference between an open and a closed meeting is, you know, like in a closed meetings are a lot of times, they're usually discussion meetings where it goes from person to person to person and they share their experience, strength, and hope. And, but like in an open meeting, typically, well, I guess there's some open meetings that are like that too. But open meetings often are where somebody gets up and they tell their story, which is called a lead. And they share their experience, strength, and hope, and they talk about what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. And so they talk about their addiction piece for a beginning. Some people don't focus on that at all. They go right to their recovery, and they'll say, I drank for so many years or drugged for so many years. It's called like a drunk log or a drug log if people like really get into talking a lot about that. I used to love going to meetings where people would talk a lot about the using days. And now, the older I've been in sobriety, I really like to hear people just talk about sobriety. And so anyway, they talk about that. Then they talk about like how they got sober, working steps, sponsorship, stuff like that. And then they talk about what their life is like now. And it's really powerful. I like to go to a lot of meetings if I'm going to listen to like speaker leads and things like that where they talk about emotional sobriety. And emotional sobriety is really like, I wish I had a clear-cut definition because like do you ever like know something like what it is, but to explain it to somebody else is hard. Emotional sobriety is really who we are when you put down the bottle or the drug. And oftentimes people that have like long-term sobriety that, you know, like have been doing what they needed to be doing for a long time, it's like the focus then goes on emotional sobriety. Like, who am I today? Like, who am I every day that I wake up? Am I trying to be the best version of myself? Am I, you know, of service to others? Am I still open to growth and learning, or am I closed off to that? And, you know, how am I being affected, maybe not so much by drugs and alcohol today, but like, who am I as an alcoholic and an addict? Because, you know, you still have those isms inside of you. You still have those ways of how you interact with people. And especially like as an adult child of an alcoholic, that I grew up with an alcoholic mother, you know, and whatever. I think we grow up very much reactionary or responding. I think Alex is home. He is. To different situations in different ways, which is why somebody asked me about this the other day, about why I don't talk about Al-Anon. I do talk about Al-Anon. I've actually talked about it on here quite a bit, that I really highly recommend Al-Anon, and Nar-Anon is the one for Narcotics Anonymous. And there's other 12-step programs for friends and family members of alcoholics and addicts. But I will tell you this, if you go, don't expect to go and that they will tell you, hello,
hi,
how are you?
good.
They will, he's putting in the trash can. They will not tell you how to fix the alcoholic or addict. What you will work on yourself in how you respond to that person and how that person has affected your life. And so you get a sponsor and you work 12 steps on yourself. But I think it's fantastic. And I think that if you have a spouse or a friend or somebody that greatly affects, or a family member that greatly affects you. I know a lot of spouses and parents that go to Al-Anon and work really hardcore programs on themselves, and it's improved. And even though their kids are, or their spouses are sober many, many years sometimes, or they're not in their lives anymore or whatnot, they still continue to go to Al-Anon because they work a program for themselves. It's not like you have to work that program only when the person is actively using, because you don't. So, but I just wanted to talk about that because I got a comment about that the other day. Hold on a second. Victoria's been commenting a lot lately. Thank you, Victoria. She said, what all comes in the omelet you can't refuse? I recall you mentioning that you go without the bacon and add horseradish and herb cream cheese, I believe. So the omelet you can't refuse, I think, is like cheddar cheese, eggs. I'm not vegan, so I do eat, cheese and eggs, and potatoes. It's not a whole lot else. I think it's potatoes. And then I add horseradish and herb cream cheese. That's about all. Oh, Annette said, well, now I'm crying on my lunch break. That last few minutes got me. I have been having a really hard time lately, and sometimes you don't know you need to hear something until you do. I love that. Thank you. Alex just took Boo Radley outside out back, even though I just took him out. And I know our neighbor's dog is out there, so he's going to go crazy. Nicole said that Friends is on HBO. I feel like there were quite a few comments that I wanted to respond to, and now I don't remember where they are. Hold on a second. Tracy said, thank you for your message of positivity. I have COVID and feel awful today. Oh, I hope you feel better. Megan said, the murders in Speedway years ago, my mom told me about the fast food restaurant. I don't know anything about that. The murders in... My neighbor across the street, she's so cute. I told you already that I asked her if I could record her garden, but she is out there, like, moving these sprinklers so that, like, her whole walkway is, like, watered. I wish I was as diligent about that as I am about my plants. I asked her, I said, because she's a master gardener, I said, yeah, a lot of people in my videos are commenting and saying that it's a myth that you have to water your plants at night. And she said, oh yeah, it's a total myth. She said, but you have to be careful. She said, because there are some plants, I think she said peonies, that if you water them during the day, that they can get, like, I can't remember what she said, like mold or something. I can't remember anyway. My foot is much better, you guys. Thank you so much for asking. I know that there were some comments that Alex went to his urology appointment. I didn't even tell you guys how that went, and did I tell you? And they said, the urologist said that they think he passed a stone based on the CAT scan. It was so close to where, like, his somewhere on his bladder, and then he felt like he may have passed it like that night or the next day, and so anyway, they thought that he passed it. But the doctor in the emergency room said that they thought, or that he thought that he would continue to suffer from kidney stones because he said he could see several on his CAT. Is it a CAT scan? I don't know what it is. His scan, and that he didn't need to be worried about them immediately, but it probably wouldn't be the last time that he had pain from it stopped, or that he would pass a kidney stone. Haley said, "My name is Haley, and when you whispered, if Haley's comment was coming back, you scared the SHI toad out of me." From Heaven's Gate, when the guy was like, when Haley's comment comes back. Hold on a second. When did somebody respond? And another Haley said, "Me too, especially because I was named after the comment." Well, hey, Haley. Both of you Haleys. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she said, "Been in Birkenstock since 1972, 10th grade. Can't live without them. Arnica gel for your owie." Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. So I got my first pair of Birkenstocks, I think in 10th grade too. 10th or, I don't know. I was in high school, and I went to go visit a friend of mine who lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and I remember that I got them. I can't remember what that area is called, but it's like downtown by the campus, and it's like there was, what's it called? There was this coffee shop called like the Coffee Mill or something that we went to, and then I went to the store that had all these Birkenstocks, and I bought a pair. My first pair was green suede, and I wore them with socks, even in the dead of summer in Arizona, and I've been wearing them ever since. My favorite pair that I have, you guys, I actually got probably 25 years ago, and I actually saw this kid that, if I was like in my 20s at the time, he was probably, I don't know, 18 to 20, and he was at a gas station talking to these girls. I remember, because I was in Seymour, Indiana. I was with my ex, and he had them on, and they were like, they looked like moccasins with the back out, and then they had, because I'll show you, these are not Birkenstocks, but, and they're real expensive, this pair that I want, but I still have these shoes upstairs. I actually have them in two different colors. I have them in kind of like an off gray, and then I have them in like a caramel color, and they have tassels on them, and I love them so much. But let me show you these new ones. They're by Huckberry. Do you guys know that brand? Okay, people keep on sending this to me. Listen, Linda, honey, listen to me. Linda, honey, listen to me. Because I say to everybody now, listen, Linda. I think I was the last person in the world to learn about that. Okay. Video stuff. Where are the shoes that I wanted? Okay, they're called Easy Mock Honey, and they're by Huckberry. This is what they look like. You guys, they're $265. And I was like, well, maybe I'll treat myself to that for my birthday. But I don't even know if I'd like them. So... But I did purchase a couple things last week. I bought this trucker hat that says Varsity on it, and it was like $30, I think. And, oh, here it is. It says Varsity on it. And this guy, Ray, on X on the Beach, he used to wear it. So I bought that. What else did I buy? I bought like 2 or 3 things. Well, I bought some cologne at the mall, and then I really like this. Does anybody have these Birdwell shorts? They're called Birdwell Beach Breeches, and they're like corduroy, and they look like they're from the 70s. I really like them, but they're kind of expensive. They're like $70 a pair, and I was gonna get a pair, but I was like, well, if they don't fit me great, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And then I wanted these shoes from Zara, but they don't have them anymore. So... And then my friend at Alex's birthday, well, his friend, she came with this bag, and it's called Bum Bag 2.0, and it's from a brand called Think Rollin, Roylyn. Do you guys see it? It's so cute. And they have all kinds of bags with different straps. This bag is $98, which I don't think is too bad for like a crossover messenger bag. And they have purses and all kinds of really cool stuff. The price range, obviously. Look at this fuzz that I have on the end of my shoe. Do you see that? Fuzz. Fuzz, fuzz, go away. I need to make sure, I gotta start getting ready at 7, that I don't stay on here too long. I don't know when this vlog will get up, because the upload is taking anywhere from like an hour and a half to like 5 hours. So depending on when I start getting this uploaded is how long it will take. So definitely not before I go to dinner. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. I don't remember what it was. Well, I didn't really talk about my day yesterday because I didn't vlog yesterday, did I? What did I do yesterday? Okay, Caroline. Did I talk about my day at all yesterday? No, I haven't vlogged since then. So it was yesterday, Wednesday. Caroline picked me up. We went to go eat at Cafe Patashu. I ate there on Tuesday, and I ate there on Wednesday with Caroline because she wanted the Cuban. And I had the exact same thing I had the day before, so I won't go through all that again. And it was delicious. And then, I'm somebody that can eat until I'm full and then past that, and I'm trying to stop when I'm like getting full. And so I did. Like, I didn't eat that last half of my bagel or the rest of my potatoes and stuff. So, and then after that, we went to Crumble Cookies so I could get my Crumble Cookies and do my review, which is going to go up today. And then she took me to the post office, and I picked up some packages, and I got 2 packages and a card. And then what else? We went to Trader Joe's. I feel like we went one other place. I don't know, we went to Trader Joe's and we came to the pool and we laid out for 2 hours, and it was really nice. It's like a perfect day at the pool yesterday. And there weren't tons of people up there. There was like 2 grandparents with their grandkids, but there weren't like tons of kids. There was like maybe like 3 kids in the pool. Caroline and I just get on the noodles. And we just like hang out like this far apart and talk on the noodles. So anyway, yeah, that was fun. And then, it was a good day. And then I came home and I filmed a couple videos. We stayed up there till about 4-ish. I think it was like 20 till 4. I was home by 4. I talked to my neighbors for a little bit when I walked home. And then, oh no, Caroline brought me home. And then I talked to my neighbors for a little bit when she dropped me off. Then she left. And I came inside and I filmed some videos. And then, yeah, and then Alex brought the Thai food home. And we just kind of relaxed. So it was real nice. I don't really have anything. Well, we're doing dinner tonight, obviously. But then tomorrow, I have my hair appointment. Nothing tomorrow night. Nothing Saturday night. Nothing Sunday. I think Alex said he has one thing this weekend that he's doing. Then Monday night, I think we have marriage counseling Monday night. Is it Monday night or is it Tuesday night? I think it's Monday night. So that'll be good. Talked to my sponsor for a long time today. Talked to my dad for a long time yesterday. That's about it. It's real exciting here in Indianapolis. I keep on telling myself that I've got to like start my audiobook and start my physical books, like reading them out here and stuff like that. But I still haven't done it. I don't know what's going to change with that. You know what's going to happen is it's going to be like September or October, and then I'm going to get like real into listening to my audiobook like outside or like walking or whatever, and then it's going to start getting cold, and I'm not going to want to do it because of that. I don't know why I don't just put my AirPods on when I'm doing stuff around the house. Like, well, I mean, I do so many like just like chores of like cleaning the kitchen, making the bed, but I'm always kind of thinking in my head too, you know, or like putting laundry away, folding laundry. Like, I should just put my AirPods in when I'm doing all that stuff, you know. Hell, I'd kick out books every 2-3 days, but I'm not. I don't even know how many credits I have right now in Audible. I just bought like 2 books. I'll tell you the newest books I bought. Nine Lives by Peter Swanson, because that had come out and I had read the preface, not the preface, but like the synopsis for it. It's like a new mystery. And then I bought Out of the Blue by Jason June. It's this YA LGBT book about like a merman. If You Change Your Mind by Robbie Weber. He sent me the ARC to it. He's such a nice guy. Which is advanced reader copy, but I wanted to listen to the Audible version. I don't know what this is. Young Rich Widows. Run Rose Run by James Patterson, which and Dolly Parton. Tanya listened to it and she said she kind of liked it, so I thought I would try it. You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen McManus. That's her newest book. Sea Storm by Andrew Main. And I don't know if I have any. I have 3 credits. Is there anything new out? Oh, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I think Caroline's reading that right now. Bestsellers, Where the Crawdads Sing, of course, because it's coming out. The Summer I Turned Pretty, that's because that's like on Amazon Prime. Has anybody seen it? Is it any good? Verity by Colleen Hoover. I know people love Colleen Hoover. I read that Verity book. I did not love it. I didn't think it was that great. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Fantastic. One of my favorite books. That's interesting to me. Why is that? Is that coming out as a TV show? Because it's on the bestseller list. And usually when books that were out a while ago come out on the bestseller list, it's because they're going to put like a TV show on it. Series, let's look it up. Netflix movie deal, May 10th. To Get Glam film adaptation. That came out March 24th, 2022. Yeah, Netflix sets Liz Tigelaar to adapt Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That was March 24th, 2022, so it's not coming out anytime soon. I don't know why that's on the bestseller list right now. When's her next book come out? Let's see. Taylor Jenkins. My husband's talking to somebody in there. Read. Next book. Her last one was, I think, Malibu Rising. Oh my god, I love that book so much. I was just telling... I think it was Caroline to read that book. Oh, Carrie Soto is Back. It comes out August 30th. Carrie Soto is Back is a novel of ambition, rivalry, and female icons, which she sees the beloved character return for one epic final season. I can't wait to read that, okay? Hardback, ebook, and audio on August 30th, 2022. So that will be what I read. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here so I can start uploading this video. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. I love you guys so much. And remember these 3 important things. Number 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. Number 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anybody. And number 3, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. That's most important. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Happy birthday, Lena.